Family, subscribers, visitors to that my social media channel and chat in the comment section, right? We all, so to speak, not off our rocker. I mean that kind of off. I'm not trying to, pay a visit to a local holdings cubicle. You possibly considered, if you know what I mean, either the can or the crazy house. God forbid, since the last time, which I may have, Jesus Christ, what the, come on, seriously? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Something happened. Okay, let me get something else to be sure. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Hold this here. Okay, just I think this. Okay, sorry about that. Working and sabotage by a computer hacker or whoever else, or whatever for that matter. Check. Try to plug up cords or something such as they come out and then notice something else happened. Y'all can still see me, right? As well as hear me. Sorry about that again. But then, where was I at? I was saying, there's a lot of turbulence in this atmosphere. Sound, traffic, poles. That's what to become interruption of the same. See, I'm dealing with like these transits that maybe between us. A lot of them come to public settings as this thing. Okay, so okay. Yeah. And moving right along. So how you all doing? Finish y'all my social media family. Subscribers and visitors alike to that in my own social media channel and our chat room, the comment section. This is Don Sue Sydney. Alright, I have clean clothes. I went to London, most recently, regardless of whether it was in my building or somewhere close by, real estate of an edifice or structure, premises, property where I'm currently at as a resident or tenant paying or monthly rent to them, etc. Regardless of how, though I suspect that that one derelict transient, aka homeless shyster bomb, drunken white boy, I suspect he may have ripped me off of some of my wardrobe, attire, or apparel, clothes. Why do I say that? Because I had quite a bit of it in the back bedroom where I had permitted him to spend the night before I had found out how much he was. In other words, a scam artist, a con artist. As a matter of fact, I left them in my place of residence for a little while as I went out to take care of some business. And he himself is a complete stranger, you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to kill your eardrum with overkill once again of the messages that I've done. At least a video, if not a couple few social media broadcasts regarding making reference to how this one homeless drunken bum white boy that was shysters down all this con artist had taken me for a ride. You know, took me to the cleaners and hung me out to dry. Whereas I would expect that to come from one of these non-white males. I was brother and right there, regardless black, Hispanic, Asian, etc. As I explained time and time again, like a speed dial, just most of them, and then hoping not to reiterate, repeat everything. But he was some such an individual male person saying that of me, but about I met on this floor level, in this library, for where the law books are situated, you know, this the law library for this particular area of the law, where the law periodics are at, you know, so this particular section of the library, and then the area. And as I noticed he had a working cell phone, working laptop computer, and a limited ride of automobile motor vehicle. And he was engaged in conversation with some other guy, fellow dude on the opposite end of the phone line. And he mentioned something about money transaction or something. And he was saying how he was down on his luck and all that, yada, woo, woo, woo. And make a long story short, I walked over to his table where he was seated at, where at one time, before then, he had, you know, like come my way, went alongside the left of me, went the book out, and come on the right side of me, and sat down at this table next to the one I'm seated at, right? You know, and I was listening to his conversation. I put some money down on the table where he was seated at. After I hear he himself is supposed to be having a money problem at that given moment, and I told him from there, now you're kind of much more having, you know, the power of the green, in which you had less of it before. And he was like, all right, thank you. Blah, 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 blah. You know, showing his fake feelings of appreciation for a good Samaritan act. So, I guess my better judgment, you know, likewise, gut feeling, was I had there extended him an offer, an invitation to spend the night with me back at my place of residence where I live in not just one of the worst, but one of the worstest neighborhoods. Therefore, I have some as such of the worstest neighbors in damn hell for Vicente neighborhood community um, within city limits. But only after I had given a little cash, more than what he had, more than quite a few dollars. And then I had made purchases of, bought him lunch and dinner, not from a fast food place, but from an actual restaurant, probably as a public to say, because he ate one of the meals there with me, and he took the other one, the second one, as takeout. And then I paid for gas for his limited ride as an automobile motor vehicle. And then I let him spend the night. And whereas I gave him the back bedroom to my place of residence, only for him to stand in the entranceway doorway for where I was sleeping, because I usually use my living room area as an alternative makeshift bedroom. He was standing in the entranceway doorway of it at 5 in the morning. spooked the damn hell out of me as a believing guy. So how much more would it spook if I was still an unbeliever? But I shrugged it off. And then, yeah, much later, I had extended the opportunity to invite him to one of my much more regularly attended, but one of my best frequented self-help recovery program meetings. Going to find out in there that he claimed he not any longer has that something like $900 in GoFundMe account. I'm like, why didn't you get you a hotel or motel room with that money? Some was gonna spend a night or a week or so, But then after the self-help recovery program meeting, he asked me a question of when are we going to go back to my place. And I was like saying, it's not a matter of we, it's me. You can go wherever the damn hell you want. I don't care. That's your problem. I ain't got to go home, but you got to go from here. I think that he left some of his item products or personal effect along with investments going to happen to my place of residence to ensure that he can get back in there. Ain't that a bit? Because I'm telling him from there, you get your things and get the damn hell out. Don't come back. I mean, after all, what work is still holding down a 9 to 5 gig of a job, or a college or university student is going to let a complete stranger spend the night in one's place of residence overnight, especially a drunken, derelict transient of a homeless bum, black or white, or green moon marshal from outer space in uniform for that matter. Nobody, only Christian would think to do that, going the extra mile, going beyond the call of duty than your average believer in God, that same process. And so much for that conversation. And anyway, though, today's topic of discussion, today is given argument or for a subject matter with many different views and opinions to be possibly associated with and representing some such thereof, is having to do with the rather ridiculous incident in which I had to witness as I'm coming to this branch public library. As a matter of fact, as it is the headquarters library that has authority over all the other library branches, public access throughout city limits as we have it for this great metropolis, being the city of metropolitan Chicago, Illinois, USA, up north here from the Midwest, within the continental United States of America for our own democratic republic of democracy. And whereas, a lot of these street punks and skinheads and the like, that's what I say, all the same, aka street thugs, or hoodlum, hooligan, or desperado, to be out here doing their thing, criminal riffraff activities, an illegal nature, from selling drugs to prostituting others, as in coming off drug pushers, drug dealers, pimps, whatever else for that matter. And so there was this gay couple, that was supposedly within close vicinity of the library, all the thing, and they were arguing with some of us, regardless of whether the gay couple was of the same sex. Did I say same sex? Regardless of whether the gay couple was of the same race or the different races. I meant to say something like that. Correction. And out of evidence, they would be of the same sex. Their attackers were supposed to be of the same sex, but then they were. And they were arguing with the gay couple. As a matter of fact, they turned their abusive words into practically, if not possibly, that much more to to be considered the nature of physical violence against them, where they picked up some sticks and they was trying. The word "trying" is not exactly the word I had in mind. The appropriate word would be they were attempting. You know, the word "trying" is for law-abiding American citizens and foreigners. The word "attempting" is for criminals who attempt to violate somebody else's civil human rights. So they were attempting to violate the civil and human rights of the gay couple, or to put in layman's terms, translated, that is to be defined as meaning, they were attempting to attack or assault them in a physically violent way. And I just happened to be close by, and they were like walking alongside, on the sidewalk, pedestrians, alongside you know, a subway entrance. And I mentioned to them going to the subway, going to the subway. Then somebody had dropped a dime on the pumps. Police came and drove relatively a couple of few minutes, you might well say. Well, I give it tops of 5 minutes. They were flooding the atmosphere. And that's what usually happens for any downtown vicinity area neighborhood community or somewhere up north similar to that being compared to somewhere further south or further west. As you all know, that any major city or suburb where you have the different directions, north, south, east, and west. Whereas, especially when it comes to considering, like, say, for example, a downtown vicinity area, which is more or less predominantly Caucasians, or a multiracial consensus of persons, compared to how if you go further south or west, you'll find out that the vicinity area neighborhood communities are predominantly the ethnic minorities. Yes, further south or further west. And for any major city, metropolitan city or suburb, and possibly the same can be said for any rural township. So the police will come faster for a downtown vicinity area or for somewhere up north than how they would more drag their butts for anywhere further south or west. And so they came within a relatively short time frame period to defuse the secret, make sure that the gay couple was all right. When somebody called and then dropped down on the street punks. And I'm like saying, why must black and Hispanic males always feel the need to corner the market to act as a misbehaving, ignorant, and insane, not to mention impolite, or in other words, stupid, sick, sadistic, and rude kind of way that could possibly, be the result of the development of loss of property and lives, ridiculous. But then I don't have to tell you all about the incident, how this not this, this is not the first time. Forgive me for butchering. Excuse pardon, forgive me for butchering the English language of American reality. This is not the first time that this has happened. Like whereas droves, what was it, black and Hispanic youth had patrolled the downtown city area at one time or another, and they were acting buck wild, local, misbehaving, misrepresenting other black and brown youth, just running all wild through the streets in the downtown area before, you know, a dime was dropped on them to the boys in blue, the Buzz, the big boss man. And there, the police or cops took control of the streets up this way once again. As the downtown vicinity area, near north and with far north. I mean, it was ridiculous. Anyway, get back to some of such stuff. So I had to witness this incident. I mean, a gang of poop butts, piss sacks, the kind sort of type. The usual suspects, public enemy number one, of the average prehistoric Neanderthals or bonehead or butthead or brain dead or brainless idiots and or sickos, street punks and skinheads, That's including any white boys, Eminem wannabes to be compared onto the black and brown or black and Hispanic street punks or gangbangers. And so they were literally actually attempting to chase this gay couple down the street, down the sidewalk. And they just so happened to come my way, as I was near the subway entrance, and I had told them, no, run down the subway entrance, run in there now. That's what they did. And police had come after a while, shortly after. It's been a reasonable amount of time, really much faster than how they would drag their butts coming to defuse a situation that could cause loss of property and lives if they were called to assist residents of further south or further west. And it was like at least, I don't average, at least about a half a dozen police squad cars showed up, racing up and down the street to defuse the situation and find out what's going on and nip it in the bud, as they say, because this is the business and school hub of our own great metropolis, as we have it for a major metropolitan city of the USA. Then the sister city to the Big Apple, New York, New York. As this is the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, United States of America. And so they came. I think I had noticed at least one or two of the squad cars down here drove up on the sidewalk. Well, at one time, they did, to block off the black and Hispanic gangbangers when a similar incident happened, but not where the assault attack was made on a gay couple. But two rival cliques or parties of gangbangers were supposed to be added, thorn down, getting their WWF on within our great metropolis, being the business and school hub of our own city, major metropolitan city, being the downtown district, sanctuary neighborhood community. And police have squashed that action rather quick, But they can't have it going on like that, like a powder keg here, you know. Then, 'cause after all, this is downtown, like, right? I was just glad to get out of harm's way, you know. And where somebody thinking, I hope they don't take offense to me telling the gay couple to go into the subway. I mean, it's the least I could do as a believer in God, playing a part of this narrative, And besides all that, I don't really want to become a witness within a court of law. I have to think of my own personal safety, Whereas the stupid and sick gangbangers, they just say, "Oh, you vouching for the gay couple? Is you like one of them or something? Is that what you're saying? You car carrying them to the LGBT community yourself?" Whereas the anything, I'm thinking, no, I just don't want all that stupid, crazy crap jumping off, All that unnecessary, needless violence, bloodshed, Nobody should have to witness that. After all, this is the business and school hub of our own great metropolis, of a major metropolitan city. This is for the downtown vicinity area. Besides all that, I may want to move down here sometime in the future, If I can or could possibly, get the blessed opportunity, chances, so to do so, as well as I have lived in better neighborhoods elsewhere, centuries before. One of the conservative neighbors from down hell had managed to, drop me like a hot potato, had me kicked to the curb by the management of the building where I was at. Laugh was one of the more preferred centenary neighborhood as he had done so did out of resentment, as he retaliated for how I had gone through all the proper policies and procedural protocol to state my grievances or to complain to the management of the building within one of the better neighborhoods, to complain to them, real estate administrative representative personnel about his daily and nightly abuses or violations of his own apartment rental lease agreement, and as well as his total disregard and disrespect for my rights and privileges as his fellow neighbor. And whereas he managed to pull the wool over their eyes and successfully convinced them to give me the walking papers that he should have received. Something similar to an eviction notice being of a non-renewal of an apartment rental lease agreement minimal document of paperwork. And whereas upon short notice, I'm having moved to one of the worst systems in every neighborhood, just to keep from becoming of the rank and file of the derelict transients, as in AKA homeless persons, especially the shopping cart pushing people or persons the likes among them who have all their personal effects, belongings, or possessions in shopping carts. Disgusting. As a matter of fact, I just ran into one, not really actually ran into one. God forbid that would be conflict of interest. Not that I would be into assaulting or attacking anybody that can figure speak. But I had, to use a better choice of words, I had encountered one that I know Vicentiary neighborhood community within city limits further south or further west, or more south and west. On the south side, I was born and raised on the south side. Then the south side is more or less like the west side. But the west side, you can see the characters a mile away. The south side, you have to be more alert to them because they're not as obvious on the south side. They're more sneaky. Better. So anyway, though, whereas this one guy or fellow I know from different pre-eating spots, soup kitchens, food pantries, whereas I was telling him today how they threw down the sponsors in this one pre-eating spot, and I was like saying, "Why won't you get?" He said, "I can't be somewhere everywhere. I mean, after I have to consider my priorities, I mean, either to make money or to eat at one of those free eating spots." And whereas I'm hearing that he's supposed to be homeless and all, you know, like, what do you mean make money? You're homeless. I mentioned to him about where he can go see about housing and social services. And I said, "Man, I don't want that." I said, "You see, that's the problem right there. I mean, why wouldn't you want that?" "I don't want that." You know, just get me to thinking how the majority of most daily transfers of homeless persons are that way because that's the way they want to be. Let's start seeing stalkers, scope, take us. I have more than enough my share of life. But anyway, though, I'm like thinking from there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change it. Yeah, I'm like, why wouldn't you want that? That's be better interest. Get you a spot that you can call your own. Then constantly be out here in the streets. Should have picked up the first time. such a way position. Silence. Recording my person. So that I can have just quiet on the stove. So, this homeless bum, he was saying all this. I'm like, what's more important, You out here street hustling, ain't got nothing going for yourself, You out here street hustling, and so forth. And if anything, you should be trying to take care of some real business, trying to get yourself situated with a social service agency or organization that can help you find a place of residence, even if I'm not gonna say shithole in the wall. No, I'm not a crook. I'm not Tricky Dick Nixon either. A former ex-elect president of the USA. More appropriate word would be hellhole. Even if you're a hellhole in the wall, At least you have a spot to call your own, even if it's a place of residence in one of the worst or one of the worstest neighborhood communities, essentially like where I'm at, At least when you get sick and tired of at least some, not all of the crap, with the exception of the neighbors from down present, you just shut the door, shut the world out, Comes the rest of the crap out here, I'm like, he said he literally actually said he don't need that. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You saying you don't need. Okay, I'm about to sit back. As you all know that until I would have put this computer in a repair shop so that technician could look over it. Presently, my money looking kind of funny. This is one of my favorite computers. Won't use the other one. Sometimes the other one will be this one. Better one. I'm like, what do you mean you don't need that? Oh, I don't need that. Oh, I don't need that. I'm like, if you have a choice, beggars can't be choosers. Come on, you don't need. I'm like, man. I'm like, the home team. What are you drinking? Or worse yet, what are you smoking? Question should be asked. Out here in the streets, looking like a big old baby hooey, overgrown baby boy wanting somebody to burp you, put you over one shoulder and burp you, and then put you to bed. Like, yeah, baby want water, baby want milk, like an overgrown baby boy. You want somebody to burp you and toilet train you or what? Then I did a previous video about songs like the likes of them. And just a day or so ago, about one of the daily trans and AK on his phone, and another one stinking like a dead hotel. I'm like, what the? Are you freaking kidding me? Soap and water only costs, the bar soap only costs $1. Then I had yet to make new purchases of wardrobe apparel, attire, and clothes, buy some used clothes. I think that daily transfer the homeless bum, some white boy, shiesty scam on the cars that possibly stole some of my clothes. I let him have it back shyster, scam all the con artist that he is, you know. I mean, I slept that one big time. Not in a million years would that happen to me ever. I'm like, if I were to try to give somebody a hook up like that, and they out here in the streets of Vegas, hopefully I'd be like, show me the Benjamins. How soon you get some real look, at least a nice sizable piece of change that would be pretty decent. Otherwise, no can do. Till I see the greens, you know, I'm gonna have to be like Mr. Mean. Till I see the greens, I'm gonna have to be like Mr. Mean, Joe Green. I think you all get the journey. Till I see the greens, I'm gonna have to be like Mr. This is Charlie Sheen. But anyway, though, I'm gonna be like the Iceman. Otherwise, you know, Charlie Sheen, he's like the Iceman, killing the ladies with his charm. You know, you ever watch the TV show comedy? What was it called? Two and a Half Men. Charlie Sheen, a lady killer, but in real life, he had that package around, you know, sending woman to the little red schoolhouse to get a pap smear test to make sure he didn't, you know, have contract something else in the land down under that could have the private parts of the crotch looking like it's on fire. But anyway, though, I'm about to bring this to a close. Let me start to share that. I forgot to get my bottled water for some reason or another. I think I got a little left. But I don't drink tap water much anymore. I'm running out of bottled water, so I could possibly probably get that tomorrow. Otherwise, I might have a chance drinking bottled water till tomorrow or some water in my pad. You know, so I'm just one of those kind of person that don't drink that don't like French speaking can never mind that I drink about. But I mean, I'm one of those person that don't drink tap water much anymore unless I really have to. You know, so far in emergency situations, if I don't have much of any bottled water, I don't really drink tap water anymore. I may use tap water to wash up in, but I don't drink it unless I really have to. Anyway, during this last note of interest, I would like to say that is, if you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to do so now, while the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what He Himself had done and did upon the cross of Calvary, sucking at the hands of some Roman soldiers, upon the orders of their superiors, religious, political, militaristic, and otherwise. Then nevertheless, we're listening to that cross of Calvary. Become a perfect sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice for you as well as, you know, still my trademark gesture. I'm going to have to copyright it sometime. I have to copyright it sometime so that nobody plays it right now. Anyway, if you don't have Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to, you know, profess faith in Him now, so that you can or could possibly acquire that of the citizenship and become a resident of the kingdom of heaven. Because it's only by doing so can you possibly become of the status as that being. Otherwise, you have nothing coming so far as blessings is concerned. And this, regardless of race, walk of life, gender, age, etc., you know, or any body representing citizenship of the global community, in this post 911 era, but you know, they're in populated age, where the doomsday clock is now at a couple of few minutes to midnight. Compare or describe formerly prescribed in it was a quarter midnight for these rather than at times. Unless you accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, then your final destination must be in the devil. Try this will break beyond the afterlife unless, of course, we become one of the few that becomes that experience one of the back experiences, where you get a second chance at it to decide whether or not you want to accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. And because the majority of most who go to damn hell are there to stay permanently, forever, to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and demons for all eternity, like the rest of the lost down human souls that are unsaved, compared to how we as believers in God we across that great divide that separates heaven and hell, and in the company of like-minded believers as Christians, they gave my testament. Oh, excuse me. Not Catholics, not supposed to so-called Jehovah's Witnesses, not supposed to so-called Latter-day Saints, etc., or any other religious cult members, false religions, following religious cult leaders. Then, whereas we as new Christians, compared to how the majority, most churchgoers or whatever religious denomination, are nothing more than other likes of not just the worst, but the worst system called the devil worshippers. Most churchgoers or whatever religious denomination, including their false religious leaders, or false brethren, false prophets, and antichrist, or religious cult leaders who lead them into the lake of fire down hell, the prosperity preacher men and televangelists who outnumber their evil rival counterparts who are doing the same. Whereas we as a few Christians, the only ones who become to be citizens of the kingdom of heaven, and company of like-minded believers, as we are in the present God and angels, so be blessed down here upon the planet Earth, this atmosphere, as persons, within a species who have authority over different species of animal kingdom, who have professed faith in them, and be entitled to any, every, and all the blessings to be associated with and representing the kingdom of heaven and citizens thereof. I don't care what we said, being a former ex-talk show hostess, or the late supposed so-called Reverend Billy Graham for that matter. But I'm hearing that during the later years of his life, he had began to adopt that, line of thought of what Oprah Winfrey was saying during one of her talk show episodes, how that she believes that all roads lead to heaven. And that's a lie spectrum of his life. You believe that you want. And you would be in a rude, you would be in for a rude awakening. She would to make that transition from great young Catholic, you would be in quite a bit of a pickle, or predicament, of a dilemma, or have quite a problem on your hands. Once you cross over, unless you're one of the few that could get a second chance at this life once again to reverse that decision, to reject so great salvation, and from there, think to correct it by accepting Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, as I was saying. And your final destination will be where you become barbecue, human shish kebab, where the devil and the demon pour hot hell barbecue sauce, hot sauce over you as you be laid across a hot hell grill, and the devil and the demon will be gnawing and clawing for all eternity as in forever. Well, I hope that you all have got something out of this broadcast, especially part which I was speaking upon salvation, because all roads do not lead to heaven. All roads in this world, as we know it, whatever country or nation on the planet Earth, may lead to the horde that rags the beast on the seven hills, as some such given on time as in the supposed so-called mother church, mother harlots, papacy, Vatican City, headquarters of the devil and demons church, aka the Catholic Church. All roads might lead to heaven. You know, yeah, all roads may lead to the supposed so-called mother church that is supposed to give birth to the other religious denomination churches, so to speak, not really, not Protestants, last straight from the pits of hell. Then you all take care, be safe, be blessed, not stress, peace and love go heaven, but in order to become blessed, you have to first accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. Otherwise, you know, so far blessed. On that last note of interest, then it's a wrap, you know. And I hope to get back with you all and do another broadcast. Don't ask me when, you know, because I can't say, you know, only God knows. I hope that this one has proved to be quite entertaining and so not to mention educational and enlightening. Until we meet again, then, well, peace and love and happiness. I'll see you then.